ready to go. Ready to go.
And welcome back. It is Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. A mild start here on this Tuesday morning. The time is 8:53. Overcast skies and 68 degrees in downtown Wausau. With Ian Welsh, I am Chad Holmes. And again, at 22 and 52 minutes after the hour, in the 7 and 8 o'clock hours, we have our Wausau Morning Report, with the talk here from our studios at the corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street in downtown Wausau. And I mentioned as well that you can get our 4 local segments in one convenient batch by going to WXCO.FM. If you go to the homepage, then you'll see on the right-hand side, it will be the weather, and then right below it, latest news. And you'll be able to get our WXCO News Roundup, and then our Wausau Morning Report here during the mornings. And again, we will have coming up in just a few minutes on the Wausau Morning Report on the website, links for the entire interview that we had earlier with members of the cast and crew of the upcoming Central Wisconsin Community Theater production of Into the Woods that is coming up. I should say the Central Wisconsin Children's Theater production of Into the Woods coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So again, you'll be able to get the complete interview plus the video on Facebook as well. So again, just check out each day. Number one, the news roundup that's put together by our news staff, and then also our morning report if you miss any of our segments here in the morning. I just have a quick comment here. We just heard from Dan Schaefer, our civic media political director, the founder of the Recombobulation area, talking about, again, we've heard a lot about this in the past week, his opinion piece that Governor Tony Evers should not run for a 3rd term in office. And and again, I'm not saying that Dan Schaefer is wrong in what he's written. I see the issues. I think that there is a need for some younger Democrats to be involved in the party. But I want to kind of make a couple of points here, just for thought. Again, I'm not ready to advocate either one way or the other. What I am advocating is the ability for the governor to make his decision. And then and I guess his thought is, well, once the governor makes the decision, then you can't do anything about it. Well, you can do something about it. We saw that last year. But a couple of points I want to make. Dan said to Pat Kreitlow just a few minutes ago that he had some conversations off the record with folks who may be amenable to what Dan was writing, that maybe these folks at this point are not ready to come out and say, Governor, don't run. I am not a big fan of this. Well, I was told off the record by a bunch of people how right I was in terms of the writing that I had here. At a certain point, and I've talked about this in the past, when it comes to MAGA and conservatives, about not having the courage of your convictions, of off the record saying, hey, I disagree with what Donald Trump and Stephen Miller are doing. Well, it means nothing unless you have the courage to come out and say it. If these people agree with Dan Schaefer that Tony Evers should not be running, then come out and say it. So I don't take a lot of stock in that right now. At the very least, I'm not going to give these folks credit for anything, for not having the guts to come out and say what you truly believe, if that's the case. Number two, is the only reason that Dan wants Tony Evers to step aside the idea of Tony Evers' age? Is that the only reason? Because Tony Evers consistently over a number of years has been the most popular Democrat in the state of Wisconsin, has been, I would say, a very effective governor for the state of Wisconsin. Is there anything within the performance of Mr. Evers that has led to this, or is it strictly because of age? Because in my opinion, age can be a factor, but it should not be the only factor. when it comes to making this decision.
I agree.
So, again, I just wanted to make a couple of points there. And one other point. I am really tired of the constant trashing of former President Joe Biden. And part of the conversation within this area, I think, is a continued trashing of former President Biden. And again, when I talk about Governor Evers' record, I think once in a while we ought to talk about what was accomplished under Joe Biden. Because I think we've seen a lot of things that are being missed by the current administration. So, again,
he accomplished a lot of good things. I think the issue was that it wasn't talked about as much as because the Democrats don't like to brag very much, which, in my opinion, is an issue, because it's okay to talk about your accomplishments.
Yep.
Just don't be bragging about them all the time.
Yep, exactly right. So
you can be proud and not brag.
Yep, you're exactly right.
I think.
On that note, we're going to turn back to Ian, and let's finish things up with our number for the day quiz. He is 1 for 1 so far this week.
Italian restaurants.
He got it right yesterday. He'll try to clinch a passing grade already here on Tuesday with our number for the day quiz. And you're right, it is Italian restaurants. It is the topic. Our number for the day is the number of Italian restaurants in the U.S.
Ooh.
So how many Italian restaurants are there in the United States?
Okay, what are my choices?
20,000, 40,000, 60,000.
All in the U.S. 20,000, 20, 40, or 60,000. Okay, I'm going to say 20,000. I'm going to go with 20,000 as my final answer.
Well, you went with the smallest number. You should have went with the biggest number. It was 60,000.
Oh, the biggest number.
60,000, but you're still 1 for 2. You're still above the curve here.
There you go.
All right. Well, Ian, have yourself a great rest of your Tuesday.
You too, Chad. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
And stick around. Coming up, an information update, followed by Mattinaire on Air. And we'll be back tomorrow for our local segments in the 7 and 8 o'clock hour tomorrow morning. I am Chad Holmes, and this has been Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO.